Now to Washington here. The Secret Service reportedly wants to testify under oath and push back against yesterday's testimony by a former White House aide.
This comes as President Biden is in Spain to take part in a NATO summit. Our D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy is live in Washington with more. Ben.
Calvin, Nicole, it was a stunning moment on Tuesday when we heard how former President Trump knew the mob was armed, but what is being questioned is if he lunged at Secret Service to take him to the U.S. Capitol.
I'm the president. Take me up to the Capitol now.
One day after shocking testimony from Cassidy Hutchinson, former top aide to then President Trump's Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. And now the Secret Service says they'll go on record and are prepared to give sworn testimony that yes, Trump was unhappy when security wouldn't take him to the Capitol that day. But sources tell ABC News that they'll push back against allegations the commander-in-chief assaulted agents, which contradicts Tuesday's testimony.
President reached up towards the front of the vehicle to grab at the steering wheel. Mr. Engel grabbed his arm, said, "Sir, you need to take your hand off the steering wheel." Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards Bobby Engel. And when Mr. Renato had recounted this story to me, he had motioned towards his clavicles.
Former Trump White House lawyer Eric Hirschman is also disputing Hutchinson's claims that she penned a handwritten note that was presented as evidence in the hearing. The note pertained to a statement intended for Trump to release as his supporters stormed the Capitol. Hirschman says he wrote the note, not her. In response, a spokesperson for the January 6 panel said the committee has done its diligence on this and found Ms. Hutchinson's accounts on this matter is credible. It comes during President Biden's trip to Madrid. It's there he took part in a NATO summit where world leaders
took the historic decision to invite Finland and Sweden to become members of NATO.
His remarks come as NATO increased its high readiness forces from 40,000 to 300,000 amid Russia's war in Ukraine.
The United States and our allies are going to step up.
And President Biden also announced sending more U.S. troops to Europe, which includes F-35 squadrons and Navy destroyers to bolster NATO allies. That is the latest here live in Washington, D.C. Ben Kennedy, Local 10 News.